I wanted to be part of the Against the Grain monologue projects because I think that oftentimes these stories don't get told. I think oftentimes we see gay Black men in a very specific way dealing with very specific things. And oftentimes we don't see them get to shine and really pay it forward and really share their experiences with others, especially the younger generations, to kind of prepare them for what's to come, or at least to encourage them to be themselves. So that's why I want to be part of it. I think it's important that those stories get told. Portraying Kevin Peters was really powerful for me as an actor. I wanted to make sure that not only was I staying true to the writing, but I wanted to bring the character to life. I wanted it to be a character that people could relate to and really leave with encouragement and leave with some positivity. So being able to play or portray a character like Kevin Peters, I think it was really important to lift someone up, an opportunity to really kind of reach out virtually and give them a hug. And I'm really happy and proud that I was able to portray Kevin Peters. As a gay Black man, we can lift up people like Kevin Peters by encouraging each other. I think it's important to build community, and within those communities, having conversation that lift each other up, that encourage each other, that create a more positive impact rather than the negative stigma that we all hear kind of growing up, or that we used to have heard and will continue to hear on our journeys. I think it's important that we counteract that with positivity, continuing to tell these stories, continuing to share experiences with each other, and continue to live life without judgment. I think that's the best way that we can help those who are like Kevin Peters. Hello, class of 2020. I'm ecstatic to be with you here today and honored to be your special guest. I'm Kevin Peters, founder and CEO of Community Impact, a national organization dedicated to providing health information, education, and resources to underserved communities. I know an online graduation with a virtual speaker is not what you expected, but I'm glad I could hop online to celebrate with you. My journey started right there in those same halls that you walk daily. It's my hope that as you leave Mountain Valley High School, that you are always prepared by expecting the unexpected, even in yourself. Never count yourself out, even when the outlook doesn't look great. Always believe in yourself. When I was a student, things were a little different. We didn't have many clubs and extracurricular activities to join. We did not have anything like a gay straight alliance or anything like a P flag. One might ask, why does it matter? Well, it mattered to a young Kevin that was a student at Mountain Valley because I did not feel like I had a place. I didn't have a group that I felt comfortable being my complete self. Make no mistake, school was an outlet and I had some great moments at Mountain Valley, but there are a lot of things I wish I could have discovered about myself sooner. I never thought that I would get an invitation to be a commencement speaker as an openly gay male. But remember when I said earlier, expect the unexpected. Something happened earlier in my life when I first started the organization. We were leading a grassroots campaign for HIV and AIDS education in a Black community not too far from Atlanta. I was young and still in the closet because I felt that no sponsors or businesses would fund our program if they knew the whole truth about me. I'm here to tell you that the day I had enough courage to truly be myself and discard the lies that had been told to me as a gay Black man was the day that my life changed for the better. We had a 5-tier program model to explain how we intended to reach Black men that needed our assistance. We even had a transportation component to engage those that experienced barriers in reaching our clinics. I mean, it was a great presentation. At the end, as I sat there feeling so proud of what our small team had accomplished, the head of this multi-million-dollar company, a Black man, said, "Yeah, yeah, that sounds great. Everything sounds awesome, but we are a company that stands on principles, and we would love to get behind the type of work that you're doing. However, we believe that supporting an LGBTQ plus community program that is talking about HIV and AIDS prevention would be better served if it was led by a member of the LGBTQ plus community or someone who was living and thriving with AIDS or HIV." Throughout his entire statement, I began to turn in my seat. Until that moment, I had concealed my personal life and status and kept them separate from these types of sponsor presentations. At that moment, I gathered enough courage to ask the businessman, "What if I told you this effort was created by and will be led by a person that identifies as a gay man and is actually HIV positive?" He responded, "Well, I would love to meet that person." I then extended my hand and said, "Nice to meet you. I am Kevin Peters, the founder and CEO of Community Impact." He not only shook my hand, he pulled me in close for a hug and said, "Thank you for what you're doing. It would be an honor to support your efforts, not just for a year, but for the next 5 years." I found myself melting in this man's arms as I started to cry tears of joy. I left that meeting encouraged, excited, and free. I finally felt free to be my true self. I went into that meeting not expecting to get a sponsorship and walked out with a 5-year commitment, all because I was honest in speaking about who I am and who I am created to be. So, class of 2020, if you remember nothing else from my time with you today, I pray that you all enter the world being 100% yourself. Please don't feel the need to put on a cloak or disguise. Live in freedom. Always expect the unexpected for your lives. You all deserve every good thing coming your way. As you start to make your dreams come true, I'm excited to see how you will be trailblazers for your communities and families. Do it by being yourself and keep expecting great things to happen. Thank you all for having me. And again, congratulations to the mighty and resilient class of 2020.